Good morning and welcome to Fahrenheit 451 Lesson 33, Analyzing Informational Texts. We've been revising and editing the culminating writing task. Throughout this unit, we have built our understanding of different points of view on reading and knowledge. We have read the novel Fahrenheit 451 and discussed several informational texts and poems on this topic. While we have analyzed the author's point of view as well as the central ideas and themes of the text, we have constantly engaged in discussions as well as participating in longer discussions. At the beginning of the unit, we practiced developing a research question and locating and assessing sources to answer that question. All of this has led to the extension task we are about to start, in which you will read additional informational texts on reading and knowledge, analyze the text, participate in a Socratic Seminar, engage in research and write a research report, and create and give a persuasive speech. Today we will read two informational texts, analyze the author's point of view, and determine the central idea of the text. You will need your copy of Video Games and the Future of Storytelling by Salman Rushdie from Big Think, which is a link in today's lesson. The Country That Stopped Reading by Dave Toscana, which is found as an article attached to this lesson, the Socratic Seminar handout attached to this lesson, and the extension task handout attached to this lesson. Now we're going to briefly review the extension task handout. Extension task directions. You're going to work, not in a group because of COVID, to examine The Country That Stopped Reading by David Toscana, The Science of Storytelling, Why Telling a Story is the Most Powerful Way to Activate Our Brains by Leo Weidrich, which we're going to look at tomorrow, and Video Games and the Future of Storytelling by Salman Rushdie. For each text, you should read the text and make note of words or phrases that reveal the author's point of view toward the subject of the text. Determine a central idea of the text. Complete the Socratic Seminar organizer to record your analysis. Then you will participate in a Socratic Seminar in which you discuss the value of reading stories and books based on text analyzed and using the following prompting questions. According to the various authors and points of views presented in the text we've read in this unit, what is the value of reading? Do we need books and stories? Are they important? Why? What are we denied when we are denied access to books? Has our society learned from Fahrenheit 451? What issues raised in Fahrenheit 451 remain critical to our society today? Number 3, select an issue addressed in 2 or more texts read in the unit. For example, censorship, creativity, the evolution of literacy, illiteracy, and develop a self-generated question related to the selected topic to research. For example, what is the history of censorship? How are companies and institutions changing as a result of e-readers? Or what are the consequences of illiteracy? 4. Gather relevant information from multiple sources, narrowing or broadening the inquiry when appropriate. 5. Following research, develop a claim based on your research. For example, censorship violates our constitutional rights, or despite increases in the use of digital text, there is still a need for libraries. 6. Write and publish a multi-paragraph, research-based argumentative essay using a format and style similar to the essays you've analyzed throughout the unit, incorporating evidence and quotations from multiple texts and avoiding plagiarism. 7. Develop a 2 to 3 minute persuasive speech based on your essay and deliver the speech to the class. Include evidence, such as descriptions, facts, details, and examples, and visual displays to clarify claims and emphasize key points. 8. Finally, during each speech, take notes, integrating information and developing an understanding of the presented issues. Use a class-generated rubric to evaluate each speaker's content, presentation style, and point of view, including evaluating the credibility and accuracy of the information and identifying any fallacious reasoning or distorted evidence. Then, following each speech, ask questions and engage in discussion about the various issues. So now we're going to review the Socratic Seminar handout. If you'll notice, the first page is a table that asks you to identify the author's point of view and the supporting text evidence, and then the central idea and the supporting text evidence. You're going to answer the questions by responding to each after the question. So basically, you'll just click enter and then type your answer in. If you want to bold it or highlight it so that the answer pops out, that's fine as well. But here are your questions that you're going to focus in on for the Socratic Seminar. According to the various authors and points of view presented in the text we've read in this unit, what is the value of reading? I'm going to go ahead and correct that. Do we need books and stories? Are they important? Why? What are we denied when we are denied access to books? Has our society learned from Fahrenheit 451? What issues raised in Fahrenheit 451 remain critical to our society today? Now you're going to read Video Games and the Future of Storytelling by Salman Rushdie and The Country That Stopped Reading by Dave Toscana. You're also going to complete the Socratic Seminar handout. You will have, let me go ahead and make that correction too. Now, as I said, you're also going to complete the Socratic Seminar handout for those two selections. You'll have until the end of the class period today to complete it. If you do not complete it in class, you will need to complete it for homework.